What's going on, guys? Seth and Chevy here. We just watched episode 2 of season 1 of Sakamoto Days. We'll be talking full spoilers ahead, so hopefully you've watched this episode, and we'll do a real quick recap. Basically, in this episode, oh my god, I can't talk. Sakamoto and Shin,
Yeah,
I think his name is.
I think so.
Went to Chinatown to get meat buns for the family. While there, they run into this girl. What was her name? It's Lou, but that's the family name. Xiao something. Well, let's call her Lou for now. They run into her. She's being pursued by a gang. They end up defending her. They find out that basically this gang is after her for a key that her family has to their riches. Her family's been killed, and she's trying to keep the key safe. They end up sending 2 assassins who are just like serial killers to basically retrieve the key and kill anybody who gets in the way. And yeah, they end up going after them. Sakamoto and Shin are hanging out with her, trying to get the whole story. When they run into the 2, they end up fighting. It is said earlier in the episode that Sakamoto agreed not to kill people because his wife and him made that decision together. We also had a flashback at one point in the episode where she jumped off a cliff.
That she didn't even look at how far it was.
Yeah, she's just like, bye-bye. She just jumped off. I'm like, okay. And that proved how much Sakamoto loved her because he caught her. They land in snow, so they're fine. But that's when they made the decision to not kill people. Now Sakamoto's putting this on to Shin and later Blue. I got to remember her name. Yeah, so they end up fighting the 2 assassins. The assassins, like most animes, are super cocky, and then they find out that Sakamoto is a motherfucker, and he just wrecks them and smashes them with the refrigerator. It's a whole fight scene. It was a lot of fun to watch. And then, yeah, they end up going back to the dude who sent out the assassins, dropping off the assassins. They didn't kill them, and basically beating the shit out of the dude who wanted inside of the giant vault. They end up getting in there, finding all of the treasures of her family. And yeah, also earlier in the episode, Sakamoto had asked Lou if she knew how to make meat buns. And so that leads into later him hiring her to make meat buns for the shop. And I feel like there's something I'm missing. Is there something I'm missing?
Meat bun encounter.
Basically,
Hitman encounter.
Yeah.
Sake and meat buns, and then employment. So no, I think
that's all the major beats in the episode. What do we think?
It was fun. The show's animation isn't like amazing or anything like that, but I did really appreciate that. Like when Lou was fighting, all the movements were actually like fully animated, which was really nice. A lot of times, as we saw even later with the assassins, a lot of like flashing frames are happening to kind of like show fast fighting or whatever, and it was kind of nice to see just like slow, methodical like hits, which was kind of fun. I always like that kind of stuff. Some, like as an example, like Cowboy Bebop was really good about like showing just like martial art hits and stuff like that, and I really liked it. The character seems fun so far. We didn't really get to like really know her, but she seems okay so far.
I think it's funny that Sakamoto's just collecting employees
youngins.
of people who are troubled and need to live a normal life.
Starting his own community center, basically.
Yeah. As somebody who had his own past as well and had to reform, basically.
The flashback was fun. I also like how the only person that Sakamoto seems to be scared of is his wife, as she threatened divorce if he started killing again, and put the fear of God in him. I also thought it was really funny that Shin basically played like cheerleader / medic.
Yeah, he's just a hype man.
Yeah.
He's just like, you don't know who Sakamoto is. And then Sakamoto's like twisting his neck and cutting his hand and stuff. Shin's just over there just going like, oh, here's like
a
patching
bandage.
him up. Yeah.
Oh, here's a heat pad. Like, it's just like, where are you getting this stuff from, man? And then, of course, all the ridiculous stuff that happens, especially like when Sakamoto just uses such impractical things as weapons. And then they went through the trouble of even like when he dropped the fridge on the guy, calling it like the
You had a name.
it was like cool drop or something like that. I was like, it's funny. Okay. But
Especially because they had 2 moves that they tried as well. So it was like return fire of him having a special move, but it's just dropping a fridge on a dude.
the only other thing I really have of note to even add to this is that I think it's funny when Sakamoto was dodging, they put little sound effects in for his little gullet jiggling around.
Yeah.
Awfully spry for a guy who jiggles that much. So
It's funny how tonally the show will try to be like dramatic and like have this like crazy music playing or whatever, and people who are super serious, and then he's just over there like dodging stuff and like deflecting things, and you hear like wacky little sound effects and shit. So
this definitely, and we kind of brought it up our last review or impression or whatever. This is definitely has like, obviously not the same type of show, but it definitely has like One Punch Man vibes.
Yeah, that's what I feel like too.
So, but yeah, it's fun so far. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes, and obviously with a lot of anime, season 1 is a lot of introduction and introducing a bunch of people and stuff like that. So
yeah, the first 2 episodes we've already been introduced to 2 people pretty quickly, so it's kind of wild.
Well, technically 4 because of his family as well. So.
Sure, I'm saying like new characters showing up though. It's like kind of crazy how there's like I am really curious to see where it goes from here, because so far we're still just dwelling in he's an assassin from the past. There's other people who are affiliated in some way with crime and need to reform. Obviously her family was mafia. So but I'm trying to figure out where the story, the bigger picture is going to go.
Yeah, I do know. Thinking about it now, we did forget to mention the last bit was some organization having dossiers on
that's what I forgot.
on them, and put a bounty out of 1 billion yen or 4.6. I think it was 4.6, 6.4.
I think that's what you said when you
million
looked it up.
USD. So
yeah.
Anyways, it was fun.
Yeah, I liked it. Like I said before, I'm kind of curious to see where things go. It's only 2 episodes in, but I feel like so much has already happened with like characters being introduced. But the episode was very straightforward, very simple, but a lot of fun. Had some fight scenes in it. Like you said, not the best animation, but it's fine. It's serviceable. I did think the scene where they're jumping across rooftops is kind of weird looking though, because it looked like they were just flying, which was odd looking. But yeah, I thought the fight scene with the assassins was a lot of fun too, just because there's a lot of goofy stuff going on there. The choreography was decent enough. And it's only 2 episodes in, so I can't be too judgmental. They are a bit generic. There's some assassins or whatever they made a big deal out of and then got taken care of. But, the humor aspect of it I think was a lot more entertaining than, the fight itself. And Shin basically, like you said, playing medic the whole time, which is kind of bizarre, while hyping up like you don't know who this guy is. Can't say too much on Lou's story arc because we don't really know her as a character very well. We just can sympathize, I guess, with somebody who had a mafia family. So I am curious to see where next episode goes, so we can maybe start growing these characters in ways that I think they could be a little more interesting, and I can invest more in them, because I don't have that yet in the show. So far, it's still just premise. Sakamoto is definitely the most likable character of the show so far, just because obviously he's the main character, and his whole I'm an old fat guy, but also like John Wick basically is fun. But I'm hoping that the show will start kind of having some heart to it, some charm to it, because so far it is just like playing with the contrast of like, what if a shop owner was an ex-assassin and he beats everybody up? It's fun. I'm enjoying it, but I want an episode where we can maybe dive into the characters a little bit more. It was nice to get kind of a flashback, even though I thought it was kind of goofy. Like the conversation was just like, I don't like you killing people. Bye-bye. And she jumps off a cliff.
Yeah, way to make a point.
If she get caught, like maybe the snow would have padded it, but like she's going to kill herself.
Well, she didn't know it was that high. So
yeah, it was just so abrupt.
She was just leaving.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine. Well, yeah, just leaving off a cliff, like not even taking a path. It's fucking crazy. I don't even know if it's supposed to be funny like that, but I thought it was hilarious that she's jumped off a cliff. What else? Yeah, I mean, it was a fun episode. Definitely still enjoying the show. I do want a little bit more from it, though. I think that's basically my only maybe critique of it so far. I like the art style, even though some of the character designs are kind of weird. I still think Shin looks weird compared to other characters.
He's a weird looking dude.
Yeah, I don't get it. And yeah, overall fun, and we'll see episode 3, which you were saying is available other places but not on Netflix.
Yeah, because I've seen people post their reactions on YouTube already. I haven't watched them, obviously, but
Well, hopefully we'll get around to watching that sooner than later. So when it does officially come out, and or on Netflix, that where we're watching it, and we can get a review out sooner than later. So, you got anything else?
nope.
All right, let us know in the comments what you guys think about this episode. Biggest highlights, favorite parts. What do you think about the new character? I can just Google it after we film, but like, what is her name? I'm sure if you're like whole time you're like, she's blah blah blah. Just put it in the comments. I'll get it eventually after a couple episodes.
I probably won't.
Yeah. I forgot Shin's name when we started watching this episode. I was like, what's his fucking name again? Luckily, the subtitles kept saying it. And what do you think of the show so far? And where do you hope it goes? Unless you know, please don't tell us. No spoilers, because this is from a manga, I assume. If it is,
I think it's Shonen Jump.
we have not read it, so no spoilers, please. All right, stay tuned. We are gonna watch Soul Leveling, and stay tuned for that review if you are watching that show as well. I've been Seth, this has been Chevy, and until the next episode, we will talk to you guys later.